going.
Okay, so the bustle on this dress is an American bustle, but as you can see, the train is really long on the overlay, but the underlayer is much shorter. So we're gonna do it in 2 parts. I'm gonna take this whole entire lace layer, and I'm going to hand it to her just like this. And so this part here, now you see safety pins on this, they won't be there when you see it the day of the wedding. I just have, I finished the hem off before she takes it with her. But we want this part to kind of like disappear and become floor length. So what you'll see under here is a series of ribbons on the outside edge of the train. And you get close for this one, it's just that one I didn't want you to be too close on. You see it on the outside edge, you see a series of colored beads on the outside. So these, if you for some reason don't see a loop, I can't imagine you wouldn't, but if you don't see a loop, just pull on this bead until you do see a loop.
Okay.
Her something blue is in the middle. I would always start with her something blue. So you're going to take this loop here and you're going to follow the line up here until you feel the button that it goes to. Obviously the loop goes over the button. I do have a recommendation though. Pull this all the way out. Take the train, not the loop, but the train, and flip it 1 or 2 times. Doesn't matter what direction. Push it over the button. Slide that bead down, and that way when you let go, it's going to turn and twist and anchor on there and not come off when you're working on the other ones.
Okay.
So just follow the outside edge around. This is a really short bustle because it's just a small little train on the solid layer. The real impact comes from the overlay. If you feel like you need to reinforce this with safety pins, go right ahead and do that. You also may want to, I only put in as many bustles as is necessary to get the shape that we want. But if you feel like she's going to be moving around a lot and you want to make sure her heels don't get caught or anything, you can take a safety pin and pin through the back of it, and or pin between them too to close up this gap between there as well. We have this. I think there's just 5 bustles on this layer. Once you have this little one, be careful because you don't want to like clothesline her. It's not a very full skirt. It's pretty narrow. But once you have this bottom part done, you could do two people could bustle this if you wanted to. Just be careful you're not pulling on each other and knocking her over. But the overlay, if you can get 2 people, that would be great. So now this layer is all floor length and out of her way, and she can dance, and it's all great. So what we have on here, this bustle on this layer is an American bustle, which means instead of folding under, we're going to lift it up and put it onto buttons. If you follow the buttons down here, you'll see a center bead right here, this little button here, and then you'll see a series of buttons on either side of those. So we're going to start with the middle one right here, and I'm going to show you on this what I've done on the train. And this is, mind you, this train is very long, so the bustle loops are very, very far down. They are past the first motif, just below it. So when you are looking for the bustles, your mind will go here, but it's actually much lower because it's a long dress and she's so petite. So what I did is obviously when she goes down the aisle, the safety pins are not there. But before you bustle this seems like a waste of 5 minutes, but it's actually going to save you an exponentially large amount of time at the end of the when you're bustling her. I would locate the bustles.
How many are there on this layer?
We're going to count that today. Okay. I never count till the last fitting. The bustles are a ribbon loop, like a little embroidered loop, the same thing that they use to keep lining and skirts together, like the swing tack. And there's a button, or a bead here rather, that if this for some reason has pulled through, you can use this bead to pull that out. And you're going to find them because the back of them all have this little pink bead on it. So you're going to find it. That's fine. And then you're going to safety pin to indicate where it is. Find all of them first. And you're not going to pin through the loop. You're not going to pin above the loop. You're going to pin about 1 inch below the loop. The reason for that will be clear in just a minute. Every one of these has a pink bead on the back, except any that there's one here for some reason, and they're never symmetrical, so that don't be alarmed by that. This one right here is just random floating organza ribbon. I don't want to put a bead on that because you'd see it, obviously, but you can find that easily enough when you're looking. And the only other one that's different is the very middle one, because it's her something blue. So it's got this like barely silver blue bead on it, but that lets you know which one it is. So all of these have been marked. Once you find that middle blue bead here, and this center part is not a seam, it's like a pie. So the middle bustle button that has a bead that has a blue is not on a seam. It's like in the middle of this little pie piece that makes it, this is what makes it such a full skirt. So you're going to find them all. They make a smiley face shape just like the train. So once you find one, you can kind of get an idea for where the other ones are. So we're going to start with her something blue, which is in the middle. You're going to grab this ribbon, pull the loop up. You're going to grab the whole entire train just like this.
Okay.
You're going to twist it 1 or 2 times, does not matter what direction. The bead is going to help you push that, especially if you have your nails done. The bead is going to help you push that loop over the button, but you're also going to have to get really friendly and get right under her seat so you have counter pressure on that button, or you're going to be chasing it all night long.
Okay.
So grab underneath here. I'm getting really friendly. And then put this button over. I'm going to twist it one more time. Put this over, and then when you let go, it's going to twist and not come off.
Okay.
And when you see the safety pin, you know you're back to square one. And now you can find every one of these in about 4 seconds. So this is going to save you everything. So the next one goes to the next one, the next one goes to the next one, all the way down. You'll take the safety pins off, obviously, once she's done being bustled. But I'm just leaving them on there so your video isn't super long.
Okay.
And then there's one more, and I do this really fast, so don't be alarmed if you can't do it quite as quickly as I do. I kind of know where everything is, so. But I want to make sure you can see the last part of the bustle. Yeah, this is finding these first. It's like kind of like what I did for the video is like the cooking channel, how they go, and here's some sauteed carrots, and they've already done it, you know. I just got it ready before you started videoing, but if you take the 5 minutes it takes to find these, it's going to save you a lot of, especially since it's easy to see what order they go in when you do it this way. I'm right-handed, so I'm way over here, sorry. This takes a little bit longer on this side. Okay, so once this is all taken care of and done, you're going to take the little poofy part that we've just created on the back here and tuck everything toward the center, so you could turn it so that it's all facing out. So you're going to take the outside edge and just kind of fold everything so it makes a nice flat appearance here. If you want